Yesterday, on October 18th, Kings Island kind of came out of nowhere and announced that today, October 19th, they were going to make an announcement.
Yes.
I saw this and I was thinking, okay, what are they going to say? That they're putting in a new restaurant. I thought minuscule announcement.
Right, yeah, I figured that too. I didn't really think about it much or at all. But the only thing I did think about was nothing big. I mean,
yeah. And all sorts of people were online saying, oh, well, is it going to be a T-Rex that's replacing where the spot where Vortex was? And all these people saying all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's insane. And then people saying, oh, they're going to get new rides. And I was thinking, honestly, that's insane.
Yeah.
Because Cedar Fair as a whole company a couple months ago announced, or whenever it was, announced all their plans for all their parks. They had a day where they came out and Cedar Point announced their boardwalk and Carowinds had their announcement. Everyone had their announcement and Kings Island was hush hush. Personally, I thought, like, why would Kings Island wait and make any sort of big announcement well after the fact?
And also, if they're just going to announce it the next day, that's not going to be a new coaster. They would make a bigger deal out of it for marketing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, big announcement coming. Well, yeah, for a coaster.
I mean, yeah, I was almost as sure as can be that it wouldn't be a new coaster.
Yeah.
But, surprise, surprise, this announcement was much bigger than I could have imagined.
I mean, yeah.
Kings Island is getting a whole new themed area.
Woohoo! And it's not necessarily a new area, but they're like completely a little area that they do have. They are completely reimagining it.
Yeah, right in between their Coney Mall area and Adventure, what's it called, Adventure Park or whatever, that area with the drop tower and that.
It's not called Adventure Park or something like that.
Well, it's something like Adventure something, so that's close enough. They're going to put in Adventure Port.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Action Zone, it's called.
Yeah, Action Zone. Okay, well, that was close enough. I know adventure, I know action, and I know it's all the same thing, so who cares? Here at Adventure Port, what are they getting? Well, they're actually getting quite a bit. Mm-hmm. They're getting 2 new flat rides. Mm-hmm. Now, Kings Island has a nice collection of flat rides.
Yeah, they do.
But they could have used a couple more. They haven't gotten any new ones in quite a while with like Windseeker and all that. Like those were some of like the latest ones that they've gotten.
Yeah.
So getting some new flat rides was important for this park. Mm-hmm. And now they're getting 2. They're getting Zamperla Endeavor called Soul Spin.
Soul Spin.
Now this just looks like a glorified witch's wheel to me.
Yeah, one of those, whatever they're called, where you flip upside down a bunch of times.
Yeah. This will be a no ride for me. I never rode Witch's Wheel when it was around like at Cedar Point or any other area. And obviously Witch's Wheel is what it was called at Cedar Point. Any other parks, I don't know what that model was called or whatever.
There's still some. I know Kennywood had one, but they got rid of it.
Yeah, everyone's getting rid of it because no one likes it, so they're putting in
So this is like a more modern version.
A more modern version of how to make yourself puke.
Those are just outdated. So yeah, that looks like good addition. I won't be riding it, but good addition.
It'll eat up some people and take some people out of some other lines or something. And another ride they're getting is Cargo Loco. Now, I don't know if this is a Zamperla also. We didn't really look into this. But this almost looks like a teacup ride.
Yeah, it looks, I like the theme because you're like packaging. You're in like these little barrels and like this whole thing is themed to like a port kind of, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, because they have that little bit of water where Viking's Fury is, that the
like pirate ship, the pirate ship ride. So yeah, this, you're like, it's like a cargo company and let's see.
So what does it say?
They say need a company to ship your goods? Look no further than the Arrow Cargo Company. Their methods might be a little dizzying, but they'll get your freight from freight. They'll get your freight from point A to point B eventually. Oh. Check out the shipping barrels for yourself and get ready for the trip of your life.
Now this might be more of a family-friendly, kid-friendly. I assume that this is going to be more aimed for smaller kids or whatever.
It's a lot like a teacup ride, like you said.
Yeah, so that looks nice.
I like the theme. Your packaging. You're freight.
You're going to be you're stuffed into a barrel and you're being shipped off.
It's a very
you're being shipped off to Pukeville.
Yeah.
And another thing they're getting is the Mercado, and this is going to be a whole new like a restaurant area. Mm-hmm. So I will read exactly what it says. Cultures come together at the Mercado, a melting pot where guests simply celebrate being alive. Whether you're an explorer just passing through or a tourist checking out the local scene, the local purveyor is your source for dining, drinking, cargo transport, and more. Now, I think from what I can tell, this might be either just something that's already built. They might maybe build onto something that already exists. Yeah. I'm not really sure exactly. We've been looking at like Google Maps and stuff. I checked out Google Maps and looked, and I couldn't really tell exactly if it was just going to be like something else that was rethemed to maybe added onto, or if it's going to be a completely new build. Though Enrique's, their final thing that they're getting, that's going to be taking over Hank's. If you know anything about Kings Island, they have Hank's, their burrito place, and this is going to be the same exact thing from what I can tell on here, except it's going to be called Enrique's, and it's going to be like rethemed and maybe painted and look a little bit different.
Yeah. So I like how with these buildings, as like you're seeing pictures of them, they're very, it's very colorful. This whole new area is going to be very colorful, and they're kind of blending together a bunch of different themes kind of in one. They're kind of blending a port theme, a jungle theme, because another thing that they're doing is re-theming Adventure. Well, not re-theming, but adding some more theming
to Adventure Express.
I'm not entirely sure what.
They're going to make the outside is going to have just some like outside the queue. They're just going to have some rocks.
Yeah.
And it'll just look like...
It'll look like an adventure Indiana Jones kind of thing. So they're so it's like a jungle adventure kind of thing. And they're also blending that with like a international kind of thing, it seems like, with different cultures coming together, and there's all like... And like the buildings are just very colorful. There's flags everywhere. It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. And a while back earlier this year, in 2022, Kings Island got rid of their slingshot ride, and there was talk about what could go in there, and it was a nice space for like a flat, and that looks like where one of the two flats is going to go, and it looks like that whole little area, there's some spots that they can kind of clear out, so it looks like they're just going to kind of build on that land that isn't really being used
Which
for anything.
Which is nice, because that part by Slingshot right now is kind of like ugly and bad. Well, especially where Slingshot was. It's just a sad looking piece of concrete where it looks like there was something there, but there's nothing there. Really ugly, looks really bad. So I'm glad they're putting a flat ride in there, and they're doing everything. It'll look really nice.
That whole little section, if you're walking from Coney Mall to Action Zone, I knew it was called Action Zone. If you're walking from one to the other, then you're just kind of in a dead space. Right, and it's not a huge area, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it was a dead area. And now it's going to be all lively and looking nice, and there's going to be people, there's going to be rides.
Yeah,
so
it's going to look great.
Kings Island, great addition.
Following what other Cedar Fair parks are doing and getting new areas, which is a common theme this year. Knott's Berry Farm got a Spanish theme area, which looks really cool. Cedar Point is getting the boardwalk with the Wild Mouse, and
Carowinds getting the aeronautical whatever themed area.
So
Jungle Jungle Expedition area.
King's Dominion.
King's Dominion.
Yeah, so there's a lot of new areas, which, what do you think about all the new themed areas?
I like themed areas. I think that if there's one thing that I like about Richard Zimmerman, the fact that he came over from like the Disney side of things, like the Disney area, bringing over that type of theme, well, not that level of theming, obviously, but that type of thought process where, okay, we're going to put that theming. I like it. I think it adds to a park. I think there's more to a park than just like a huge roller coaster, even though we're coaster enthusiasts. We love all sorts of areas that parks can provide. And you go to like a Six Flags park, that has almost like no theming and no nothing, and you just go from ride to ride, and it's just blank concrete and maybe a flower stuck there. It gets like, okay, it doesn't make you feel like you want to stay.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't feel inviting. It doesn't feel like
the atmosphere is nice, yeah.
Yeah, this is a place. You just go from ride to ride. You get your credits. If you're an enthusiast, you probably count credits. You get your credits, and then you feel like leaving.
Yeah, you don't really feel like staying. In my opinion about all these areas, I love it. Yeah, like you said, despite being coaster enthusiast, I love...
You're a theming enthusiast as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I love the theming. I love just, if it looks really nice, which this is going to be, I don't know, it just has that nice atmosphere. It's a place that you want to stick around and enjoy your time at parks, because we don't like just going to a park, getting the credits, and leaving. Because, I don't know, for pretty much all parks...
Unless it's Knoebels, then we're in and out.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, we like sticking around at parks, enjoying the atmosphere. So this is definitely going to help with that, and I really like it.
Yeah, nice addition.
Love it. I love all the new themed areas. I want more of them, but also some roller coasters.
Yes, definitely some roller coasters. So good job, Kings Island. I'm really interested in why they waited so far after the rest of Cedar Fair.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in why they took this long to make this kind of announcement, and why they made such a huge announcement in late October. It's strange, but good nonetheless.
Yeah,
we will take it.
I will take it.
We like it. So 2 thumbs up from Beach Cliff Studio, or 4 thumbs up because there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
And that's all my thoughts on it.
Coming next year, 2023. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be great. I like it. I love it.
All right, so let us know what you thought of this
Adventure
Port. Let us know what you thought of it, or what you think it's going to be like. And then leave that comment, leave that like, and then subscribe. Don't leave the channel without subscribing. Plenty more good content coming your way.
That wouldn't be good if you don't subscribe.
Nope. And we will see you guys next time on Beach Cliff Studios.